Have you ever walked into a backyard and thought, wow, this can't possibly be made from trash? That's exactly what today's video is about. We're taking the most ordinary items, bottles, tires, and even pebbles, and turning them into extraordinary characters that will fill your summer garden with color, charm, and imagination. Welcome to Mind Over Decoration, where creativity meets upcycling. In this video, from trash to summer garden wonders, 15 plus recycled and upcycled backyard art ideas you'll fall in love with. You'll see how simple things can become magical. We've added timestamps so you can jump to any idea you like. And if something sparks your imagination, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your ideas. Remember, maybe to you, I'm just another face on a screen. But behind this content, there's a real story and a real family. This isn't just a video, it's a piece of my heart. Every like, every comment, every subscribe keeps this dream alive. Thank you for being here, and thank you for seeing me. In the heart of a summer garden, where every breeze carries the fragrance of marigolds and lavender, a proud rooster rises from forgotten tires. No longer destined for decay, these circular frames of rubber are reborn as a guardian of colors and blooms. Painted in layers of crimson, amber, emerald, and indigo, the rooster's tail unfurls like a rainbow, each arc brimming with petals that sway gently in the golden light. Around its sturdy body, the cottage garden thrives. Bees hum through patches of echinacea, butterflies drift along foxgloves, and tiny ladybugs crawl upon the daisies near its feet. The rooster does not crow, but it speaks, a silent call that tells the story of transformation. From trash once ignored, artistry emerges, a reminder that imagination can turn even the most ordinary into wonder. Children wander into the yard, drawn to the bright feathers alive with petunias and trailing ivy. They laugh, circling the rooster planter as though it were part of a magical parade frozen in bloom. Neighbors lean over the fence, unable to resist asking, "Where did you find that?" The answer is simple yet powerful, not in any store, but in the discarded pieces of yesterday, painted with patience and planted with hope. As evening comes, the rooster planter glows softly beneath the amber sky. Its presence blends with the rhythm of summer, lively, colorful, and ever-renewing. The rooster stands as both art and lesson. Trash has no end, only a new beginning. And in this garden, that beginning shines brighter than the sun. From the branches of an old oak tree, a burst of color catches the summer light. Hanging gently in the breeze, a parrot sways, not a creature of feathers, but of imagination. Its body, once a discarded plastic bottle, has been reborn through paint, patience, and purpose. Scarlet wings, emerald chest, and sapphire tail feathers gleam as the sunlight dances across their curves. Yet this parrot does not perch idly, it blooms. From its hollow form spill cascades of trailing lobelia and petunias, like feathers alive with life. Every sway releases the soft fragrance of summer blossoms, carrying joy across the garden. Children pause beneath it, giggling as they tilt their heads upward, whispering as though the bird might answer them back. A flock of these parrot planters hangs together above a winding path, each one painted with unique colors, each one brimming with flowers that flutter like plumage in the warm wind. The effect is enchanting, a suspended rainbow, alive yet rooted in the soil of creativity. Neighbors pass by and cannot help but stop. They look as though they might fly. Someone remarks, their eyes caught between wonder and disbelief. But the secret is simple. What once was trash now sings with purpose. Plastic that might have been forgotten in the shadows has found a voice, reborn as art that sways with the seasons. And when the sun sets low, the parrots glow golden, their painted wings casting playful shadows against the blooms. They remind all who see them that even the smallest throwaway object can take flight in the garden of imagination. The garden path tells a story, one not of stone alone, but of imagination. Along the walkway, turtles rest quietly, their shells crafted from pebbles once forgotten by the river's edge. Painted in vibrant greens, yellows, and turquoise, their shells gleam beneath the sun as if polished by years of gentle waves. Each turtle carries its own design, spirals of red and gold, tiny flowers blooming across its back, and even mosaic patterns that echo the blossoms nearby. Together, they form a playful parade, guiding visitors deeper into the garden. Children hop from one to the next, laughing as though the turtles themselves had appeared to escort them on their journey. Between the painted shells, marigolds dance with the wind, lavender sways softly, and daisies stretch toward the sky. The turtles, though silent, seem alive within this harmony, each pebble a piece of art that whispers of patience and creativity. They are more than markers. They are companions, transforming a simple path into a storybook trail. Neighbors pause to admire them, often bending close to trace the painted patterns with curious fingers. They look like they might crawl away, someone remarks with a smile, enchanted by their lifelike charm. But the turtles remain still, content to bask in the sunlight, their colors warming under the summer glow. At twilight, the painted turtles seem to glow brighter, their hues deepening against the fading sky. They are not simply decorations, but guardians of the path, reminders that even the smallest pebble can hold the heart of creativity. In this garden, every step becomes a journey, and every stone a story. Across the garden, laughter rises as eyes fall upon an unexpected guest, a gentle cow, not of flesh and bone, but of paint and flowers. Its body, once discarded tires, now wears the cheerful coat of a Holstein, white and spotted black, with a pink nose that seems to smile at every passerby. Upon its broad back, life blossoms. Marigolds spill golden light, daisies beam with bright simplicity, and geraniums sway like ribbons in the breeze. The cow planter does not graze, yet it nourishes the soul, feeding joy into the garden with every bloom. Children gather around it, their fingers brushing the petals, their laughter rising like birdsong in the summer air. Neighbors lean against the fence, their eyes filled with wonder. "It looks so alive," one whispers, charmed by the playful figure standing amidst lavender and roses. The cow does not move, but its presence fills the garden with a rustic warmth, a gentle reminder of simpler days spent in meadows and fields. As the sun arcs high above, the black spots gleam against the white body, their patterns dancing with shadows of nearby branches. The flowers on its back shift in the breeze, creating the illusion of a living mane, vibrant and ever-changing. It is a sculpture, a planter, and a story all at once. Trash transformed into a creature of joy. When twilight comes, the cow planter still stands firm, its blossoms glowing softly in the dim light. It is a sentinel of creativity, a guardian of imagination, and a symbol of how even the most humble of materials can be reborn into something magical. In this garden, the cow is not just art, it is family. Along the garden's edge, a small family stands together, black and white figures with bright orange beaks, their forms familiar yet surprising. These penguins do not waddle across snow and ice. Instead, they bloom under the warmth of the summer sun. Crafted from plastic bottles once discarded, they have been reborn into playful planters, each one carrying a garden within. The tallest penguin, painted with a glossy black coat and a gentle smile, holds marigolds that spill like golden feathers from its open belly. Beside it, a smaller penguin brims with purple petunias, their velvet petals shimmering in the light. A tiny chick planter completes the trio, carrying daisies as white as snow, reminding all who see them of distant frozen lands. Together, they create a charming tableau, a family frozen not in ice, but in color and bloom. Children passing by point and giggle, their hands reaching out to trace the smooth painted lines. "Look, it's a penguin family," they exclaim, their delight echoing across the yard. Behind them, lavender sways in the breeze, roses climb gracefully along the fence, and foxgloves tower like guardians of this whimsical scene. Neighbors pause in admiration, curious how something so ordinary as a bottle could carry such character and life. As the day drifts into evening, the penguins remain steadfast, glowing softly in the fading light. They are not only planters, they are storytellers, whispering tales of transformation and hope. Trash has taken flight again, this time not as wings, but as waddling forms filled with flowers. In the heart of summer, these penguin pots remind us that even the coldest creatures can bloom with warmth. Along the garden's edge, small flashes of red and black peek through the greenery. At first glance, they appear to be ladybugs resting in the warmth of the summer sun. But a closer look reveals their secret. Not insects at all, but pebbles, transformed by paint and imagination into a playful border. Each stone carries its own charm. Some are small and round, painted a brilliant crimson with neat black dots. Others are larger, their shells polished smooth, decorated with whimsical patterns that glisten beneath the light. Together, they line the path like guardians of joy, leading the way through lavender, daisies, and marigolds in full bloom. Children crouch low, pointing with delight, convinced that the little bugs might scurry off at any moment. Their laughter fills the garden as they count the ladybugs one by one, creating games around the painted companions. Adults smile too, their eyes lingering on the cleverness of something so simple yet so full of life. These pebble ladybugs do more than mark the garden's border. They bring a sense of story to the space. They suggest a world where even stones have personalities, where discarded fragments of the earth become creatures of delight. And as they sit beneath the tall watch of foxgloves and roses, they whisper of creativity, proof that magic hides in the smallest places. At dusk, the ladybugs still shine, their colors deepening in the fading glow. They do not crawl, they do not fly, but they hold the heart of summer's playfulness. In every spot of paint and every curve of stone, they remind us that joy can be planted just as surely as flowers, growing brighter with each passing day. In the heart of the garden, an elephant stands still, its great form not carved from stone nor cast in bronze, but built from the humble circles of worn tires. Painted in soft gray, with kind eyes and wide ears that seem to listen to the wind, it brings a sense of gentle majesty to the summer air. Upon its sturdy back rests a basket brimming with flowers. Marigolds burst like suns, petunias trail like ribbons of color, and nasturtiums spill over the sides in a cascade of fiery blooms. The elephant carries them all with grace, as if bearing the weight of a secret treasure, life, reborn in color. Children gather near, their small hands reaching for the trailing ivy, their laughter echoing as they imagine the elephant trumpeting to the sky. Parents watch with soft smiles, marveling at the transformation. What was once destined for waste has now become a creature of wonder, strong yet tender, playful yet serene. Around the elephant, the cottage garden flourishes. Lavender sways with the hum of bees, roses climb the fences in fragrant waves, and sunflowers stretch like golden towers. The elephant does not move, yet it feels alive, part of the summer's rhythm, part of the story the garden tells. As twilight falls, shadows lengthen across its painted skin, and the flowers on its back glow against the fading sky. The elephant becomes more than a planter, more than art. It becomes a guardian of memory, a reminder that beauty can rise from what is forgotten. In its silent stance, it carries not only flowers but also the spirit of transformation, inviting all who see it to believe in the magic of renewal. At the edge of the garden, guardians watch quietly from their posts. A line of owls, not feathered but painted, stand along the fence, their wide eyes glowing with curiosity. Each one is crafted from a plastic bottle, carefully shaped and transformed with brushstrokes of brown, gold, and ivory. Though silent, they give the garden a voice of wisdom and wonder. One owl gazes down with solemn dignity, painted in soft earth tones. Another bursts with playful color, its turquoise feathers adorned with hand-painted flowers, as if it had flown from a storybook. Together, they form a parliament of characters, each with its own spirit, each carrying a secret smile. Beneath their watch, marigolds burn bright, foxgloves reach upward, and echinacea spreads wide in summer bloom. Bees hum softly, weaving between petals, while butterflies flutter as if invited by the owls themselves. Neighbors passing by stop to stare, their eyes caught by the cleverness of these guardians, ordinary bottles reborn as keepers of the fence. Children point and giggle, their imaginations set free. They're watching us, one whispers, half in awe, half in delight. And in a way, they are. Their painted eyes follow the path, ensuring that every step feels touched by magic. As evening drapes its cloak across the garden, the owls seem to come alive in the dim light, their eyes glowing softly as if guarding secrets of the night. They are not only decorations, they are storytellers, protectors, and playful friends. What once was plastic waste now stands proud, carrying wisdom and charm into the heart of summer. In the warmth of summer, butterflies seem to dance not only in the air, but also upon the earth itself. Along the edges of a circular bed, pebbles transformed by paint spread their wings. Each stone carries the likeness of a butterfly, its colors bold, its patterns intricate. Together, they form a garden ring, a living illusion where wings bloom alongside petals. The ring surrounds marigolds glowing like suns, daisies shining white against the green, and lavender swaying gently in the breeze. From above, the sight is magical, a circle of butterflies, vibrant and unbroken, protecting the flowers at its heart. Children stop to gaze, their eyes wide, whispering as though the butterflies might suddenly take flight. Each pebble tells its own story. One wears the soft blues of a summer sky, another gleams in fiery orange like the setting sun. Others shimmer in purples and yellows, painted with dots, spirals, and petals that echo the blooms nearby. The garden feels alive with their presence, a chorus of color at the feet of tall foxgloves and echinacea. Neighbors who pass by lean closer, smiling at the unexpected beauty. It looks like they've landed to stay, someone says, charmed by the delicate designs resting firmly in the soil. What was once just stone is now a gathering of butterflies, a moment of enchantment captured forever. As the evening falls and the light softens, the butterflies remain. Their painted wings glow against the twilight, whispering of joy and creativity. They remind all who see them that transformation is not just for nature, it is for us too. Even the most ordinary pebble can become extraordinary, carrying the wonder of flight into the stillness of a garden. In a quiet corner of the garden, a playful figure rises above the blooms. A goat, forever caught mid-climb, stretches upward as though searching for a tender leaf. Yet this goat is not flesh and fur, but painted tire and imagination. Its horns curve proudly, its body formed from circles once discarded, and from its belly and back, flowers burst like laughter. Geraniums spill in vibrant reds, marigolds glow golden against the goat's painted coat, and ivy trails like a living mane. The figure is alive with energy, playful yet steadfast, as though ready to spring higher into the air. Children stop to stare, their giggles rising as they imagine the goat munching at the sunflowers nearby. Around it, the summer garden thrives. Lavender hums with bees, daisies nod in the breeze, and foxgloves rise like towers at its side. The goat planter does not move, yet it brings motion to the garden. It suggests a story of curiosity, of mischief, of the wild spirit hidden within every bloom. Neighbors smile as they pass, charmed by its pose. It looks ready to jump the fence, one remarks, amused by the life captured in its still form. And perhaps, in another world, it would. But here, it climbs forever, carrying flowers instead of hunger, joy instead of noise. As evening falls, shadows stretch across its painted frame, and the blossoms glow with warmth against the fading light. The goat planter becomes a guardian of playfulness, a reminder that even the simplest tire can carry the weight of imagination. In this garden, nothing is wasted. Everything climbs higher, toward beauty, toward wonder, toward renewal. In the heart of the garden, a giraffe stretches its neck toward the summer sky. Not a creature from the savannah, but one born of recycled bottles and painted dreams. Its golden body glows with warm yellows, its spots scattered like patches of sunlight, and from the openings along its neck, flowers bloom as though the giraffe itself were alive with color. Marigolds burst like suns along its spine, petunias trail down its side, and lobelia spills blue as if mimicking the sky it reaches for. The giraffe stands tall, gentle and watchful, its painted eyes kind, as though keeping silent company with the roses and lavender nearby. Beside it, a smaller calf-shaped planter stands playfully close, its body brimming with nasturtiums in shades of fiery orange. Together, they form a pair that brings joy and wonder to the garden, a family of imagination rising from what once was plastic waste. Children gaze upward at the towering figure, their eyes wide with amazement. It looks like it's eating the sunflowers. They laugh, delight sparkling in their voices. Around them, the garden flourishes. Hydrangeas swell in pastel blues, daisies scatter white across the lawn, and sunflowers nod in golden arcs. The giraffes fit seamlessly into this summer harmony, their painted frames blending playfulness with grace. At dusk, when the light softens, the giraffe's silhouette stretches long across the grass. The flowers along its neck glow gently, like jewels strung high in the air. It is no longer just a sculpture, but a story woven into the fabric of the garden. The giraffe planter teaches that beauty can rise tall from the humblest beginnings, and that even plastic bottles can touch the sky. Beneath the summer sun, The garden reveals a pond that is not filled with water, but with color. Pebbles, once plain and gray, have been painted into living jewels. Fish that glide without moving, swimming forever across a bed of earth. Each stone carries scales of shimmering hues: sapphire blue, fiery orange, golden yellow, and pearly silver. Together, they create the illusion of a school of fish caught mid-dance. From a distance, visitors pause, certain they hear the ripple of water. But as they draw near, they smile, realizing the magic lies not in water, but in paint and imagination. Children crouch low, tracing the fish with curious fingers, convinced that at any moment the koi-like designs might flick their tails and slip away. Around this painted pond, the garden blooms in harmony. Marigolds blaze like small suns at the edges, lavender waves in soft purple swaths, and daisies scatter white stars across the grass. The fish pond becomes more than decoration. It becomes a stage where stillness is alive and silence is full of story. Neighbors lean in, marveling at the cleverness. It feels alive, one says, enchanted by the scene. And indeed, it does. The fish, though made of stone, seem to carry the rhythm of the garden, moving with the wind, glowing under the light. As evening arrives, the painted scales deepen in richness, glowing like embers beneath the twilight sky. The pond remains still, yet it whispers of rivers and oceans, of the life hidden within imagination. It is not water that sustains it, but creativity, and in that, it is endless. Even pebbles, humble and forgotten, can become a living current of wonder in the heart of summer. At the edge of the summer garden, a kangaroo stands tall, its strong frame rising from circles of recycled tire. Painted in soft browns and golden tones, it carries with it not only the spirit of the wild, but also a garden within. From its pouch, once empty, now blooms an abundance of color. Marigolds glowing like fire, zinnias bursting with cheer, and ivy trailing like green threads of life. Children rush forward, laughter spilling as they point to the unusual figure. It has flowers in its pouch, they exclaim, eyes wide with delight. The kangaroo seems almost alive, frozen mid-leap, ready to bound across the garden while carrying its floral treasure. Around it, the garden hums with life. Lavender sways gently in the warm breeze, daisies scatter white petals across the lawn, and foxgloves stretch upward, tall and elegant. The kangaroo planter stands proudly among them, blending the strength of its form with the softness of summer blooms. Neighbors lean over the fence, smiles spreading across their faces. "What a clever idea," one remarks, captivated by the playful charm of the figure. The kangaroo does not move, yet it embodies movement. It is both sculpture and story, art and garden, strength and tenderness. As the evening sun dips low, shadows stretch across its painted body. The flowers within its pouch glow warmly against the fading light, as though the kangaroo carries the last fire of the day. It is more than a planter. It is a symbol of rebirth, of joy, of imagination leaping free. In this garden, even a tire can carry a world of wonder, and a pouch once empty becomes a cradle of color and life. In a corner of the garden, a hive hums quietly, not with the sound of bees alone, but with the laughter of color and creativity. From a cluster of recycled bottles, painted bright in stripes of yellow and black, rises a beehive that blooms. Each bottle, shaped into a cell of honeycomb, carries within it not honey but flowers, petunias spilling red, nasturtiums glowing orange, and chamomile offering soft white blossoms. The hive stands as a playful sculpture, yet it feels alive. Bees drift naturally toward the blooms, mistaking art for nature, drawn by the fragrance of lavender and sunflowers swaying nearby. Their hum merges with the colors, weaving the scene into harmony. Children stop in wonder, their eyes darting between painted bees and real ones buzzing among the flowers. It's a magic hive, they whisper, half believing it to be true. Around the hive, the summer garden thrives. Roses climb the fence in cascades of pink, hydrangeas swell in pastel blues, and foxgloves tower like watchful sentinels. The bottle hive fits seamlessly, its bold stripes contrasting against the softness of petals, reminding all who see it that beauty can be playful as well as profound. Neighbors smile as they pass, charmed by the cleverness. Trash into treasure, one murmurs, admiring how simple bottles could become something so captivating. The hive does more than decorate. It tells a story of renewal, of life made from what was once discarded. As twilight settles, the painted hive glows golden under the last rays of sun, while the flowers within it close gently for the night. It is more than a planter. It is a celebration of summer itself, a hive of color, creativity, and endless possibility. In the center of the garden stands a figure of strength, a rhino, its form not carved in stone nor cast in metal, but reborn from the humble circle of discarded tires. Painted in deep gray, with a horn that gleams white in the sunlight, it commands attention without a single step. Upon its broad back, flowers bloom in defiance of the past, marigolds burning like small suns, geraniums spilling in red, nasturtiums tumbling in golden streams. The rhino planter embodies resilience. It carries blossoms instead of battle, color instead of weight. Where once it might have symbolized raw power, now it radiates life and renewal. Children approach cautiously at first, then with delight, their hands brushing the petals that soften the rhino's mighty frame. It's so strong, but gentle, they say, eyes shining with wonder. Around the rhino, the summer garden thrives. Lavender hums with bees, daisies brighten the ground like scattered stars, and roses climb gracefully along the nearby fence. The rhino stands among them not as an intruder, but as a guardian, its stillness echoing with quiet dignity. Neighbors pause as they pass, marveling at the transformation. From tires to this, one whispers, unable to hide their admiration. What was once discarded has become the centerpiece of a living story, reminding all who see it that strength can be softened by beauty, and that creativity can tame even the roughest of forms. As twilight settles, shadows gather around its frame, and the flowers upon its back glow warmly against the dimming sky. The rhino remains unmoving, yet it speaks of endurance, of transformation, of the magic that comes when imagination turns trash into treasure. In this garden, the rhino is not only a planter, but a symbol of strength made gentle, forever blooming. And there you have it. 15 plus ways to turn everyday trash into breathtaking summer garden art. Which idea was your favorite? Do you see yourself trying the rooster planter, the penguin family, or maybe the pebble butterflies? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to Mind Over Decoration, and share this with someone who loves creative backyard ideas. Every click, every comment, every subscription truly helps keep this dream alive. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep creating, keep imagining, and keep turning trash into treasure.